This lesson is specifically for the IXL assignment R.13, evaluating logarithms using property. There's obviously a bunch of different ways that you could do this, but if we want to use those properties, we might remember that when we have this plus sign here and we have logs with the same base, that we can combine them. This is the product property. It's called a product property because we can multiply these numbers together. So I'm going to rewrite this as log base 3 of 9 times 9. I'm going to simplify that a little bit more. If you have already learned change of base formula, you could use change of base to evaluate this logarithm. However, you could also do this in your head. 3 to what power is 81? Because 3 to the 4th power is 81, I can write log base 3 of 81 equal to 4. So this would be my final answer here. We could have done that a different way. We could have taken these first two and we could have evaluated each one of those and we would have gotten the same answer. 3 to what power gives me 9? 2 plus 3 to what power gives me 9? Another 2. And we still would have gotten 4. Now, for this example, you've got a minus sign in between your two logs that have the same base, base 4. The minus sign tells us that this is quotient rule. So I can condense this log into one single logarithm by writing this as log base 4 of 128 divided by 32. Again, that's quotient rule. If you divide 128 by 32, you get 4. And continue simplifying this as log base 4 of 4. You could evaluate this log many different ways. You could say 4 to the 1st power is 4. You could remember this is an identity and that this would be equal to 1. You could use change of base and you could do log 4 divided by log 4. You can even see here when you've got the same thing on the top as you do on the bottom, it's equivalent to 1. Or if you want to be a nervous Nelly and check in your calculator, you could log 4 divided by log 4, and you would in fact get 1. All right, we got a couple U tries for you now. Go ahead and pause the video, copy, come back when you're finished. In this first U try example, you have quotient rule, which is why I have 125 divided by 5. I simplified to get 25, and then I did this in my head. 5 to the 2nd power is 25, so this is 2. Again, you could use change of base like we did in example 2. In the second U try for B, that plus sign there tells us that this is product property, so that's why I multiplied the 9 times the 4. 9 times 4 gives me 36. 6 to the 2nd power is 36, or again, you could use change of base to figure that out. In our last example, we got some variables and also some product rule going on. Product rule, remember, tells us that we can multiply these together. So I'm going to rewrite this as log base W of W to the 11th times W to the 4th. Exponent laws tell me that when I have the same base, I can add these exponents when they're being multiplied. Think about it. This is 11 W's, this is 4 W's, all multiplied together, and 11 plus 4 is 15. So this is W of W to the 15th. Now, we also remember, or should remember, the power property. Because we have an exponent here, I can actually bring that 15 down to the front. So I'm going to change this now to 15 times log base W of W. This is the same as example 2. W to what power would give me W? Or like in example 2, 4 to what power would give me 4? This is an identity here. So this is equal to 1. 15 times 1 is 15. And that's our answer. Let's go ahead and try this one. This is log base h of h to the ninth, h as in Herbert, minus log base h of h to the third. Now be careful, this is a different property right here. This is not product property. Think about which property this is. Copy it, pause it, do it, come back when you're finished. Okay, solution time. Because we had a minus sign here, we do have quotient rule. The exact opposite thing happens with our exponents inside here. In that third example, we added exponents because the bases were being multiplied. Here, because our bases are being divided, we're canceling h's out. So the trick to that you learned in Algebra 1 is that you can subtract. 9 minus 3 is 6. So this becomes log base h of h to the sixth. Same sort of thing happens as in the third example. We can bring the 6 down to the front. That is power property. And this is 6 times the identity log base h of h, which gives us 1. 6 times 1 is 6. I hope this helped you guys a little bit. See you next time.